Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students of Standard 9th, in the last lecture of Science 2, we had discussed about coordination in plants, and today we are going to discuss coordination in human beings. So, as you watch the match being played on your school ground, you will see the control and coordination among the movements of the players. So it's an activity being told you have to make a list of all such different action. So its different processes go on simultaneously in the human body, and all this process need to be efficiently and effectively controlled and coordinated. This is done with the help of two systems, that is nervous control and chemical control, which take place in our body. So let us understand one by one how these two control, that is nervous control and chemical control, help us to carry out the process of coordination in different system of our body. So humans can respond to changes in their surroundings due to nervous control. Impulses are generated in the human body. What is impulses? Impulses means information in accordance with changes in the surrounding. Nervous control plays the important role of empowering the body cells with ability to respond to these impulses. So we have this sense that if there is any change in our surrounding, okay, we respond to those changes. It's because of the impulses which are created in our body, and this ability depends upon the complexity of the organization in the organism's body structure. So how complex the organization of the body is, it depends on that. Unicellular animals like amoeba, due to absence of nervous system, they produce such impulses and responses. However, multicellular animals like humans have a nervous system to respond to the stimuli. So multicellular organism, animals like us, we have a system called as nervous system which we can respond to the stimuli. Control and coordination is brought about with the help of special type of cell called as nerve cell. So what humans, multicellular organism like us, we have nerve cells which help us to carry out this control and coordination in our body. Okay, so let us see this nerve cell. So this is a typical nerve cell diagram. You can see this diagram is very important for you. Okay, have a practice of this diagram, we'll understand this diagram now. So nerve cell is a special type of cell which conduct impulses. So what is impulses? Information, electrical signals which are generated, electrochemical signals which are generated in a body from one place to another in the body, called neuron. So this is neuron. Okay, the whole diagram is of neuron. Neurons are the structural and functional unit of nervous system. So our nervous system are made up of millions of neurons, and these neurons are said to be structural and functional unit. Nerve cells, the largest cell in the human body, may measure up to few meters in length. Okay, this is one of the largest cell in the human body, measures in length, meters of length. Nerve cells have the ability to generate and conduct electrochemical impulses. They have this ability to generate and conduct electrochemical impulses. The cells that support nerve cell and help in their functioning are called neuroglia. Okay, remember this word. Now there are supporting cells attached or to nerve cells, and they are called as neuroglia. Nerve cells and neuroglia together form nerves. Okay, so nerve cells together with neuroglia, together they are called nerves. All the information about our surrounding is collected by the ends or dendrites of neuron. Now let us see the part of neuron. The ends are called as dendrites. Okay, so they pass on this information. They are connected to different neuron. So different dendrites are connected, and they form a network. The chemical process begins at those, and all the information, the chemical process begin at those and electrical impulses are generated which are conducted from dendrites to the cell body. Okay, you can see, let us see once again. Yeah, this is the cell body. Okay, cell body, the nucleus present inside the cell body. Okay, then we have this axon, a long tail like structure, axon. Okay, in between there is myelin sheath. Okay, then it's a terminal of axon, okay, attached to the dendrite of another nerve cell. So these all are then there are some node called as node of Ranvier. Okay, so these all are parts, remember them. So here the impulses are then to be transferred from nerve cell to the next, one nerve cell to the next. Now the impulse that reaches the terminal of an axon stimulates the nerve cell to secrete certain chemicals. These chemicals pass through a minute space called synapse between two adjacent neurons and generate the impulse in the dendrites of next neuron. In this way, impulses are conducted in the body, and these impulses are finally conveyed by nerve cells to muscle cells or glands. So this is how message being generated in one neuron is being then given to adjacent neuron, and then in this way impulses are conducted in the body, and these impulses are finally conveyed by nerve cell to muscle cells or glands. Okay, so this is how nerve cell is working. So when an action or movement is to be brought about in the body, the work of muscular tissue comes last in the sequence. So whenever we are supposed to carry out any action like walking, running, picking up something, so muscular tissue, their work comes at the last. Why? Because movement of muscle cells is essential to bring about any activity, and when cells contract to change their shape, movement occurs at cellular level, and muscle cells have this ability to change their shape due to special type of protein. Beside this, due to this same protein, cell becomes able to respond to electrical impulses of nerves. So the protein which are present in the muscle cells, they are responding to electrical impulses of nerves, and that is the reason why the muscle cells, they are able to change their shape, and thereby we carry out the movement. Thus we can say that nervous system consists of well organized network of nerves which can conduct information in the form of electrical impulses from one part to the body to other part of the body. Okay, so there's a well developed network which is there in a body. Nerves are connected to the muscle cells. Muscle cells have the special protein, and this protein respond to electrical impulses of nerves. So thereby they changing the shape of the cells, muscle cells, and we are able to carry out the movement. Okay, all the physical movement. So here there are types of nerve cells in a body according to their function, like sensory neurons, motor neurons, association neurons. Question comes usually on this: what are the types of neurons, or what are the types of nerve cell? So sensory neurons, the neurons conduct impulses from sensory organs to the brain and spinal cord. Those neurons are called as sensory. The word says up something, sensory. Those carry impulse from sensory to the brain, sensory organs to the brain and spinal cord. Motor neuron. Motor neurons conduct impulses from the brain or spinal cord to effector organs like muscles or glands. So the information, the impulse is coming from brain or spinal cord and goes to the effector organ, the organ where action is to be shown. Okay, those neurons are called as motor neurons. And association neurons, they perform the function of integration in the nervous system, means they connect this sensory and motor neurons, so they carry out this association work, integration work, right? So these are three types of neurons in a body. Fine. Now the further topic, it's types of human nervous system. Okay, for the time being, just remember there are nervous system is divided into three, like central nervous system called as CNS, peripheral nervous system called as PNS, autonomic nervous system called as ANS. So we in the next lecture will discuss about CNS, PNS and ANS. So these are the three types of nervous system. Inshallah in the next lecture we will discuss this. By the time, read the part which is being taught to you today. Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.